The global warming hoax is collapsing as one of its biggest champions admits it's actually not a big deal. Maybe we won't eat the bugs. The admission comes from warming poobah Bill Gates, who after decades trying to make cows stop farting is now calling for a, quote, strategic pivot away from, quote, doomsday views, since actually other stuff like poverty matters more. Trump gloated, quote, "We just won on the climate change hoax." Cynics noted Bill Gates' incredible timing now that Microsoft needs gigawatts of power for AI data centers. Now, it's been 50 years since the global cooling Armageddon transformed overnight into first global warming. Then, when the data did not pan out, climate change to cover all the bases. Since 1993 alone, roughly $200 billion has gone to paying academic whores or prestigious professors to publish papers hyping an imaginary global catastrophe. Now, $200 billion is a lot of money in academia where you can buy a professor for a couple $1,000s. The money was enough to make them destroy any dissenting professor for questioning the, quote, consensus. Say for pointing out that official temperature sensors are built in asphalt parking lots or next to air conditioning units. Now, any academic field that's cashing 200 billion checks while firing anybody who disagrees is not a science, it is propaganda. Propaganda running on mafia rules of plata o plomo, take the silver or get the lead. Now, academia was worth buying because it was the designated useful idiot to unlock 2 to 3 trillion in taxpayer money for green energy projects, including the infamous Solyndra that torched $500 million of taxpayer money, Abound Solar and Calisolar, another 300 to 400 million each, the Ivanpah complex in California that lost $2.2 billion of taxpayer money and produced so little energy it literally ran on natural gas and then resold it at 6 times market, which Californians were forced to buy. Wind is even worse, with 4 projects alone, Skipjack, Orsted, Empire, and Revolution losing $8.5 billion taxpayer dollars so far. Note, the owners all make out like bandits, taxpayers and electric customers pay the bills. A lot more is coming, with Biden alone handing out $800 billion for crony green projects. Note, all these losses are separate from the thousands of climate regulations and mandates. Manhattan Institute estimates climate rules add $6,000 to the cost of a car. The National Association of Manufacturers estimates climate mandates cost $17,200 per employee per year, which is a major reason companies move to China. Meanwhile, the climate itself loves carbon dioxide. It's what plants eat. In fact, actual greenhouses pump in CO2 to make the plants grow. A 2020 satellite study found Europe's forests are expanding at 1 million acres per year thanks to higher CO2, and if temperatures do eventually rise, barren tundra could feed millions. So what's next? Brought to you by I Trust Capital. Even with Bill Gates admitting the hoax, the climate industrial complex is far from dead. There is too much money at stake. Just last year, the UN called for $150 trillion for climate, which is just shy of $1 bazillion. Europe and Democrats and professors remain wed to a hoax that pays for their vacation homes, so we may not have won yet, but the tide is turning. Okay, we'll be watching. See you next time.